Hello, my dear friends. Welcome back to Additional Mile, your own channel for understanding theory versus practical knowledge in construction projects. Today, we will directly dive into our new crucial topic called Things to Avoid in Quality Related Communication in Construction Projects. So, let's start. Friends, as you all know, quality is a very vital subject and very vital cornerstone of any successful construction projects. Now, when I say successful construction projects, the effective communication plays a vital role in achieving it. So today we'll see that what are the pitfalls or what are the challenges comes in effective communication related to quality, especially during construction projects, and how to mitigate them or how to avoid them, how to steer clear of it, to see what are the best solutions and what are the best mitigation ideas. Let's jump into the topic. Let's start with the first challenge. First challenge is called jargon overloading. It's a new word to engineers, I believe, that jargon. To make you understand, the meaning of jargon is nothing but a misunderstanding, a different meaning taken out of your intent of pass on message. But remember, not everyone in your team is very well aware or very well knowledgeable the way you are, or the way the codes or standards are mentioned. It's very important that the execution engineer, the quality engineer, the contractor or a supervisor or a worker are all in the same platform as you have mentioned or as you have intended or passed on your message, either in written, verbal, or anything. Now, to keep everyone on the same platform, the best thing is keep your message crystal clear, clean, and easy to understand. It should be very simple in words and terms. Explain any technical term and ensure everyone is on the same page. How? By mentioning a simple words. Don't use a bookish or a very difficult terms which is selected from, say, Google or anywhere or in a dictionary. Use a very simple term and a very specific and dot point word to a subject. The next here comes is a very common and widely experienced challenge in construction industry: lack of documentation. When it comes to lack of documentation, we always have a tendency, the QC engineers or a safety or whoever it may be, we have a tendency to instruct a contractor or a worker or a supervisor or our own internal clients or the customers by first action as a calling, first action as a talking, first action as a verbal, which is very good. I'm not telling no, which is very good to have a conversation before taking any action. But the moment you convey your intended messages through verbal, it is always suggested to keep it in writing, either through an email or in a register as a record. Because once you record it, once you write it, it ensures there is a clear record of what was discussed and which will help you to reduce the chances of misunderstanding or any kind of disputes at a later stage. The third point is ignoring the feedback. Many times I have seen young QC engineers or young quality assurance or control engineers have an attitude that I am in a quality department which is understood as I know everything, which is wrong. You always keep one thing in your mind, that none of the being on this earth is perfect. Just because you have spent much time or more time in the QC department or a quality department, it doesn't mean that you are expert. Or in the same way, if a person who has spent more years in execution or a leadership, it doesn't mean that he's a good leader. Always feedbacks plays a vital role in self-improvement. So always respect the feedbacks from anyone. I'm not telling just follow blindly or accept all feedbacks and act on it. No, I'm not telling that. Respect the feedbacks. Ignoring the feedback will many times lead to miss a vital chance of improvement. See, construction is a team effort, right? So when it's a team effort, everyone's inputs are valuable, whether it is a senior or a junior or your own colleague or a different department. We should always expect and respect the feedbacks. But again, it leaves on you to decide whether to follow their feedback or not. It is completely a different subject. It's up to you. But you should not ignore the feedback from anyone who is related in a team or who is working in a team towards achieving a successful project. Moving on to a next concern or a challenge is inadequate training. Now, inadequate training is always dangerous. It's like a half knowledge. Effective quality communication requires knowledge and skills. And how does you get the skills and knowledge? By keeping yourself thorough in the subject. We can see many examples like QC engineers and managers. We are trained to handle multiple projects. Multiple projects means you will be constructing building, beside that a utility building, beside that maybe a commercial or maybe a road. Now all these three are a different expertise. And the challenge is, as a lead or as a senior person, you will be assigned to lead that kind of project. There are vast chances of missing or lacking some kind of knowledge in some kind of projects. So to make it a successful or make it an effective communication, one must go through the detailed procedures and detailed specifications, detailed codal provisions, detailed technical queries, technical addendums, approved drawings for keeping his or her points in a documentation. When I say a documentation, as you might have taken a specific project oriented training, you don't have to document each and everything. You should always keep your document or a message, intended message or intended recorded message very crisp and clear to understand in a simple language. But it should point out to the exact technical intent you are intended to put. When you take a specific training on a specific subject or a project or an activity, it will not only improve your communication skills or recording skills, but also it improves your own personal skills and knowledge. It also increases your personal knowledge towards understanding the subject and avoiding any kind of miscommunication. Now, the fifth one is avoiding conflicts. As I explained earlier, I have seen many examples where QC engineers indulge into conflicts. When I say conflicts, it is a site-based arguments with the person either who is performing or who is delivering his deliverables, or he is a contractor supervisor, where a QC engineer goes to him and start arguing that you don't know this, you don't know that, which is not good. Avoid indulging yourself into conflicts. The conflicts, when I use the word, it also refers to criticism. Criticism in the sense talking on someone's back, okay, which is not good. Then talking about someone's weaknesses, talking about management's weaknesses. This is all symptoms which will lead to conflict either today or tomorrow. A wise communicator will always refrain himself from indulging into any kind of such communication related conflicts which can or may hinder the quality improvement. I would suggest, rather than indulging into conflict, let us have a healthy argument with the subject. Keep a documented evidences ready in your hand and discuss only point to point with respect to your observations, which will not only give a clear information or clear intended information to the listener, but also it will avoid conflicting words or emotion focus from the subject and build a professional relationship. We should not forget that construction criticism can lead to positive changes and better quality improvements. The last but not the least, crystal clear communication in any kind of unclear documents like unclear drawings, unclear BOQ or specifications. One good communicator shall always raise his or her voice with the concerned department and make necessary arrangements to clarify and solve those unclear topics from this, which will avoid conflicts in construction in the future. Now, that's all. We have seen almost 6 points which you have to avoid in communication related to quality in construction. By doing this, we can not only achieve a good relationship, healthy relationship with our teammates, but also a successful project. Now, that's all for today. If you like this video, please do subscribe and press the bell icon so that whenever I upload a new video, you will get notifications. Thanks for joining us today. And definitely, as the name says, we will always thrive to get an additional mile in our knowledge journey. Bye for now, and keep watching and keep learning. Thank you.